Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going deep on something pretty major, straight out of the White House.
Oh, yeah. Digital assets.
A brand new executive order, hot off the press, strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology,
It's dated.
dated January 23rd, 2025.
Today.
That's today?
This is big. This isn't just like, an update.
Right.
It lays out a vision
Yeah.
for how the U.S. government wants to approach all this stuff.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies, blockchain, everything.
And get this, it revokes the previous executive order
From 2022.
on digital assets from 2022.
Gone. Total reset.
Yeah.
Along with the old order, all the existing frameworks and guidance,
Poof.
gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So before we get into specifics, I got to jump right to what caught my eye.
Okay.
A national digital asset stockpile.
You saw that.
What?
That's where they're proposing to use crypto seized by the government to create a stockpile.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
That's a good question.
Like, are they going to be doomsday preppers, but with Bitcoin instead of canned goods?
Well, not quite. The details are a little fuzzy.
Okay.
It's unclear what they'll do with it,
Okay.
but it's a novel idea.
Okay.
They could use it to fund government initiatives
Oh.
related to digital asset research,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even support blockchain infrastructure projects.
I mean, it makes sense if they're seizing it, put it to use.
Right.
So to understand, like, all these changes,
Yeah,
we need to understand the goals of the executive order.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And they lay out 5 key objectives
Okay.
right in Section 1.
Okay, let's break them down.
Okay.
Number 1, protecting individual access to blockchain networks.
Right. They want to ensure that everyone has the right to engage with open public blockchains
Okay.
without any fear
Okay.
of,
Getting in trouble.
getting in trouble, as long as they're following the law.
Sure.
So that means developing software, participating in mining, even self-custody of your crypto.
So they're basically saying, hey, if you want to get involved and play by the rules, go for it.
Precisely. You're emphasizing individual freedom and control
Yeah.
in the digital asset world,
Okay.
which, aligns with the whole decentralized ethos of crypto.
Right. Okay. But then we get to number 2. And this one kind of threw me.
Okay.
U.S. dollar sovereignty.
Yes, U.S. dollar sovereignty.
What is that?
It's about strengthening the U.S. dollar's position globally, but they want to do that in part by promoting dollar-backed stablecoins.
Wait. So they want to maintain the dollar's dominance,
Yeah.
but they're willing to use crypto to do it.
They're embracing certain aspects of the crypto world to achieve that goal.
Mhm.
It's a nuanced approach.
Okay.
They see stablecoins as a way to extend the dollar's reach
Yeah.
and make it more efficient
Okay.
in this new digital age.
So it's like they're acknowledging that the global financial landscape is changing
Yeah.
and they need to adapt.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another one that stood out to me was fair access to banking.
Yes. Number 3.
Number 3. This one seems relevant.
Huge for businesses
Yeah.
operating in this space.
It states that everyone, individuals and businesses,
Yeah.
Involved with digital assets, should have fair access to banking services.
As long as they're operating within the law.
Right, operate legally.
So this could be huge.
Huge. Especially because, crypto businesses have historically faced so many challenges when it comes to just getting a bank account.
Yeah.
This could be a game changer.
Yeah.
Smoother integration between crypto and traditional finance.
Okay, so goal number 4, regulatory clarity.
Yes. The cry for clear guidelines.
Something everyone's been asking for.
Let-
Less ambiguity, more
Yeah.
predictability.
It emphasizes the need for clear, technology-neutral regulations and
Yeah.
frameworks that can keep up with this fast-evolving world.
Makes sense.
And they also define digital asset and blockchain.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Okay.
I get lost in the jargon sometimes.
I hear you. Digital asset is broad, covers everything from Bitcoin, Ethereum, to those stable coins we were talking about.
So if it exists digitally and represents value,
It's a digital asset.
got it. Okay. What about blockchain?
Well, it gets into the weeds a bit, but think of it like a digital ledger,
Okay.
but one that's open and public.
Okay.
So a record of transactions that anyone can see and verify,
Okay.
constantly growing and getting more secure over time.
Okay, so this emphasis on open public blockchains
Yeah.
suggests that they are really leaning into this idea of transparency
It's exact.
and decentralization.
Yes, and that brings us to goal number 5,
Okay.
which ties into something we touched on earlier.
Protecting against CBDC risks.
Yes. They're not only against creating a central bank digital currency for the U.S.,
Okay.
but they're also against promoting them globally.
Interesting.
They seem concerned about
Oh,
CBDCs,
yeah.
potentially threatening financial stability,
Okay.
individual privacy,
Okay.
and even U.S. sovereignty.
Wow, strong statement.
It is. They go so far as to prohibit any government agency from taking steps to establish, issue, or promote a CBDC,
Okay.
both in the U.S. and internationally.
No CBDC on U.S. soil and definitely no promoting them abroad.
A firm no.
So it seems like they're saying, we believe in open,
Yeah.
decentralized systems and individual liberty when it comes to finance,
Yeah.
not top-down control.
Right.
Okay, so they've laid out their goals.
Yeah.
They've made their position on CBDCs very clear.
Crystal clear.
But how do they actually plan to tackle all these complex issues?
Well, for that, they're creating a new working group.
The President's Working Group on Digital Asset Markets.
It is. And they're bringing in some heavy hitters.
Okay.
Talking Treasury,
Okay.
Department of Justice, Commerce, Homeland Security, the SEC, the CFTC.
Whoa, that's a lot of firepower.
It is. They're taking this seriously.
Yeah.
And this working group has a pretty hefty to-do list.
So this working group, it sounds like they have their work cut out for them.
Oh, yeah.
What exactly are they tasked with?
Well, first, they need to go through all the existing regulations impacting the digital asset world.
Okay.
Figure out what to change, what to toss out, what to, codify into law. It's a lot.
I bet. So they're going to try to bring some order to the Wild West of crypto.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
But their biggest task is proposing a comprehensive federal regulatory framework
Wow.
for digital assets, including stablecoins.
So they're not just cleaning up old rules.
No.
They're building a whole new set from the ground up.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so why is this so important?
Well, I think this is relevant for anyone who's even remotely interested in the future of finance,
Okay.
even if you're not actively trading crypto.
Okay.
This executive order signals a shift
Yeah.
in how the U.S. government is approaching this whole digital asset space.
So it's not just about Bitcoin going up or down.
No.
It's about something bigger.
It's about the future of money itself,
Okay.
the global financial system,
Yeah.
and where the U.S. fits into all of this.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
Good. So if we zoom out a bit, what do you think the long-term impact of this could be?
Well, it's hard to say for sure,
Yeah.
but I think it has the potential to be a defining moment for digital assets in the U.S.
The turning point.
Yeah. It's like they're sending a message to the world.
What's the message?
We're in the game, and we're playing to win.
So it's a power move.
You could say that.
Okay.
It's about the U.S. establishing itself as a leader in this new digital economy.
But isn't there a risk that this could backfire? I mean, more regulation could mean more hurdles for businesses,
Yeah.
more complexity for the average person.
That's a valid concern. The challenge for the working group is
Yeah.
to find that sweet spot between
Yes.
protecting consumers
Yeah.
and fostering innovation.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Exactly. But if they get it right,
Okay.
we could see some positive outcomes.
Like what?
Increased regulatory clarity
Yeah.
could lead to more investment, more
Yeah.
innovation, more user-friendly applications. So less uncertainty could actually make crypto more accessible to everyday people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We could see digital assets become more integrated into our daily lives. Paying for groceries with crypto.
Okay.
Using blockchain for things like healthcare records or supply chain management.
Yeah.
All sorts of possibilities.
Okay, so I'm seeing the potential.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
This no CBDC stance.
Yeah.
It feels like the U.S. is going against the grain, right?
Yeah.
A lot of other countries are developing their own digital currencies.
Right. It's a bold move.
Yeah.
And it sparked a lot of debate.
Okay.
Some people argue that the U.S. is risking falling behind by not having its own CBDC.
Okay.
They point to the potential benefits.
Yeah, like what?
Faster payments.
Okay.
Lower costs. Even greater financial inclusion.
So by rejecting a CBDC, is the U.S. putting itself at a disadvantage?
It's possible,
Mm-hmm.
but others argue that the risks of a CBDC,
Okay.
especially when it comes to privacy and government control, outweigh the potential benefits.
Okay, so valid arguments on both sides.
Exactly. And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
By promoting dollar-backed stablecoins, the U.S. is essentially saying, we can achieve many of the benefits of a CBDC without the risks, all while maintaining the dominance of the U.S. dollar.
It's like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too.
You could see it that way.
Yeah.
But whether this strategy will succeed, only time will tell.
It feels like we're on the edge of a major shift in the global financial system.
It's true. A lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this so fascinating.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential impact
Yeah.
on the U.S. dollar, on regulation, even on the average person.
Right.
But I still have questions about this national digital asset stockpile.
Ah, yes. Let's dive back into that.
I mean, what are they going to do with all that crypto? Are they going to
Okay.
trade it?
Yeah.
Use it to fund government programs? Will they hold it as a long-term investment?
The order doesn't get into specifics, which is a bit concerning.
Okay.
It just says they'll explore the possibility.
So it's kind of a mystery box right now.
Right.
We know it's there,
Right.
but we don't know what's inside or what they're going to do with it.
Exactly. And that raises some important questions.
Like,
how would such a stockpile be managed?
okay.
What criteria for adding or removing assets?
Okay.
And what role would Congress play in overseeing it?
Yeah, the lack of details is a little worrisome.
It is.
But I guess that's what this working group is for, right? They need to figure out the how behind all of this.
Exactly. And it'll be interesting to see what they propose.
Yeah.
Will they recommend specific legislation
Okay.
to govern this stockpile?
Oh.
Will they create a new agency to manage it?
Yeah.
These are all things we'll have to wait and see.
It's like watching a game of chess unfold.
Yeah.
The U.S. government has made its opening move with this executive order.
Uh-huh.
But now we have to wait and see how the other players respond. Congress, the industry, other countries.
Exactly. And it's important to remember,
What's that?
this is just the beginning.
Okay.
This executive order is a starting point,
Okay.
not an end point.
So this isn't a set it and forget it.
No.
It's going to be an ongoing process.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in, dear listener,
Okay.
as this new landscape takes shape.
Okay.
Staying informed, critically analyzing the information,
Yeah.
and engaging in the conversation will be more important than ever.
Okay. I'm getting the message.
Good.
Pay attention. Do my research. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Exactly. Because this isn't just some abstract policy debate.
Right.
It's about the future of finance.
Yeah.
And it could have very real implications for your life.
Well, deep divers, I think it's safe to say we've officially gone down the rabbit hole
I think so.
with this executive order.
Yeah.
It's complex,
Very.
with far-reaching implications,
Okay.
and we've only scratched the surface today.
We have.
But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to one of the key themes we've been discussing.
Go ahead.
This whole idea of the U.S. wanting to maintain the dollar's global dominance
Yeah.
in the face of all these changes
Right.
in the digital financial landscape.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're embracing certain aspects of digital innovation, like stablecoins,
Yeah.
while rejecting others, like CBDCs.
Right. And it makes you wonder, what does the future hold for the U.S. dollar in a world that's becoming increasingly digital?
Right.
I mean, will we all be using crypto to buy our coffee someday?
Right.
Will the dollar become obsolete?
Those are the million-dollar questions.
I know.
And honestly, no one has a crystal ball.
Okay.
But what we can do is look at the signals,
Yeah.
the trends, the choices being made by governments and individuals.
So what are some of the key things we should be paying attention to?
Well, for one, keep an eye on how this new regulatory framework in the U.S. plays out.
Okay.
Will it truly foster innovation,
Okay.
or will it stifle it?
Yeah.
Will it make digital assets more accessible
Okay.
and user-friendly for everyday people?
That's a good point. The success or failure of this executive order
Yeah,
could have a ripple effect throughout the entire industry.
exactly. And on a global level,
Yeah.
watch how other countries approach CBDCs.
Okay.
Will we see widespread adoption?
Okay.
Will certain digital currencies rise to prominence
Uh-huh.
while others fade away?
And how will those developments impact the U.S. dollar?
Right.
Will it maintain its position
Yeah.
as the world's reserve currency?
Uh-huh.
Or will we see a shift towards a more multipolar system?
These are all fascinating questions,
They are.
and the answers will unfold over time.
Okay.
But here's what I find most intriguing.
What's that?
This whole situation underscores the fact that we're living through a truly transformative period in financial history.
Okay.
The rules of the game are changing,
Yeah.
and the way we think about money itself is evolving.
It's exciting and a little bit daunting,
I agree.
all at the same time.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to stay informed,
Okay.
to keep asking questions,
Yeah.
and to engage in these conversations.
Okay.
Because the choices we make today, both individually and collectively, will shape the financial landscape of tomorrow.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the one key takeaway
Mhm.
you want our listeners to walk away with?
The future of finance is being written right now, and you're a part of that story.
Okay.
Whether you're a seasoned crypto trader
Yeah.
or just starting to explore this space,
Okay.
your understanding of these developments matters.
Okay.
Stay curious, stay engaged,
Yeah.
and most importantly, stay informed.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
So deep divers,
Yes.
it seems like things are getting really interesting in the world of digital assets.
Absolutely.
And
It's a wild ride.
we'll just have to see what happens next.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Right. Thanks for joining us.
It was my pleasure.
And we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you next time.